Coach extraordinaire, yeah, Jason's on the mic. C4's wide open, who's rolling in tonight? It's the Racing Line, Tuesday's prime for sim talk pace and weekend warriors time. Strapped in tight, now hear that whine. Engines up, it's time for the Racing Line. It's the Racing Line, Tuesday's prime for sim talk pace and weekend warriors time. Strapped in tight, now hear that whine. Engines up, it's time for the Racing Line. It's the Racing Line, Tuesday's prime for sim talk pace and weekend warriors time. Strap in tight, now hear that whine. Engines up, it's time for the Racing Line. It's the Racing Line, Tuesday's prime for sim talk pace and weekend warriors time. Strap in tight, now hear that whine. Engines up, it's time for the Racing Line. It's time for the Racing Line. It's the Racing Line, Tuesday's prime for sim talk pace and weekend warriors time. Strap in tight, now hear that whine. Engines up, it's time for the Racing Line. Racing Line, for the Racing Line. Yeah, for the Racing Line. Woo! Stevie leads the charge, he is the warrior's chief. Adam's got the takes that'll roast like it's beef. Coach extraordinaire, yeah, Jason's on the mic. C4's wide open, who's rolling in tonight? It's the Racing Line, Tuesday's prime for sim talk pace and weekend warriors time. Strapped in tight, now hear that whine. Engines up, it's time for the Racing Line. It's the Racing Line, Tuesday's prime for sim talk pace and weekend warriors time. Strap in tight, now hear that whine. Engines up, it's time for the Racing Line. It's the Racing Line, Tuesday's prime for sim talk pace and weekend warriors time. Strap in tight, now hear that whine. Engines up, it's time for the Racing Line. It's the Racing Line, Tuesday's prime for sim talk pace and weekend warriors time. Strap in tight, now hear that whine. Engines up, it's time for the Racing Line. It's time for the Racing Line. It's the Racing Line, Tuesday's prime for sim talk pace and weekend warriors time. Strap in tight, now hear that whine. Engines up, it's time for the Racing Line. Racing Line, for the Racing Line. Yeah, for the Racing Line. Woo! Stevie leads the charge, he is the warrior's chief. Adam's got the takes that'll roast like it's beef. Coach extraordinaire, yeah. Coach extraordinaire, yeah, Jason's on the mic. Seat four's wide open, who's rolling in tonight? It's the Racing Line, Tuesday's prime for sim talk, pace, and weekend warriors time. Strap in tight, now hear that whine. Engines up, it's time for the Racing Line. It's the Racing Line, Tuesday's prime for sim talk, pace, and weekend warriors time. Strap in tight, now hear that whine. Engines up, it's time for the Racing Line. It's the Racing Line, Tuesdays prime for sim talk, pace, and weekend warriors time. Strap in tight now.
Appreciate your time, Frank. This gentleman has done wonders for sim racing, the real world racers that come into sim racing or go back and forth. Frank's responsible to get some guys out on track. So without further ado, Mr. Frank Swartz, Grass Paddock Motorsports, tell us what you do.
What do we call this thing? The Racing Line. I'm all out of sync. We got more people to deal with this week than what I'm used to. So thanks to my co-host Jason for joining us. Adam's back this week. And as you can see, we got a fourth sitting here. Megan Oversheet is already joining us to help us do some reviews and stuff. So thank you, Megan.
Let's go, Megan.
And help
Good.
us. Good evening, Greg.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, we're just getting ready to review the spec racers, and since we had an announcer in the waiting room, we thought we'd go ahead and bring you in.
Well, thank you very much.
There he is.
Hey, we got him.
Hey, Jason, we got you this time.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for having me.
We won't talk about
Yeah.
the other.
Our special guest for the evening, Mr. Dave Ogburn, and for Dave to introduce you to these two knuckleheads, you got.
Great to see you, Thor. Welcome to the fourth chair and the podcast this week.
No, thank you so much for having me. It feels surreal, like finally being able to talk to you guys. You know, I've been in this week for like what 2-3 years, and yeah, finally face to face.
Yes, our first guest.
Yeah.
You're on the spot now, Jeff.
Oh,
So, welcome, Mr. Jeff Jacobson. Again, great to have you here. Thanks for taking some time out to join us. We get to some fun part. That's why you're here, Jerry. This is our guest segment after the reviews. So, thanks for sitting through with us and
that was fun.
and
Thanks.
yeah, it's some good racing. So, well, first of all, we gotta say thank you to Trenton for taking time to come join us. He's one of the hardest working guys I know, and you can look there in the shop behind him and get an idea of what he does. So, as everybody sees, we've got Darren Ganji, and if you didn't know already, he is Mr. Sim Motion, where you can get all your sim rigs and equipment and everything. He's also the sponsor of that league we were just talking about.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Sean Ambrose, we go back forever, back to the very early beginning days of the Weekend Warriors when it was broadcasted on another broadcast, GSRC, I don't mind saying it. Very good to us. And Sean was one of the producers, announcers, always great to talk with.
So, Mr. Edgar Sancinelli, Weekend Warrior, Frito Sport Racing. I don't know what all you do, but great to have you join us tonight, Edgar.
Yes.
I'm not saying shit. Oh, yeah, I literally. Whatever,
Yep,
I give up.
there you go.
I know you've had a mute for me.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, when you
Yeah.
for the V's when Adam and you were there. I mean, it's
Yeah, it's
jeez.
Oh, yeah.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to episode, I think this is 38, isn't it, guys?
Yes.
Something like that.
Sounds
Yeah,
right.
I'm learning to count. It takes me a while. Old men are slow, but we don't lose everything. Oh, welcome, Mr. JG1, Jason Grider. Great to see you, bud.
Let's go.
Hey, guys.
Yeah,
Glad to be here.
awesome. Going to have a good visit tonight.
got lots on tap tonight. So this ought to be a really good one. It might go a little bit long, so I hope you got some time, Jason.
I'm good. I mean, I'm awake and a night owl anyway, so.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, we're going to get into some of that, I think. So got lots going on, some review to do. I missed a show a couple of weeks ago with Antonio, and you guys held the fort down. Awesome. I appreciate it. I could not be there, and man, it just killed me to miss Antonio. So great job.
Yeah, that was a really, really good show. Antonio's in the chat right now. It was really, really awesome to see, all those pictures. Basically went through his whole life, and it was one of the cooler shows we've had, I've got to say. So Antonio, again, thank you so much for doing that.
Yep, that was awesome to see all that stuff. So, and then last week, kind of the last minute thing, we decided, since it had been a holiday weekend and somebody may have gone AWOL camping or something.
Yeah, my bad. That was a Sunday evening. Listen, we all know what was last weekend, and that was Memorial Day, and there were 3 races on, including my XSLR race, which somehow I was sober enough to drive in. And Jimmy was over at my house, and he was like, "Hey, you want to go camping up in Klamath?" I was like, "Heck yeah!" So I'm in the car on Monday morning, and I was like, "Uh-oh. Oh, no." Sarah even told me, she goes, "Don't you have something going on Tuesday?" And I was like, "No, I don't think so." And I was like, "Oh, no." Anyways, but yeah, that was me. My fault. I apologize about that, guys. But we
could have gone, but it was just kind of Memorial Day weekend and everything. And it was definitely a good weekend, and time to thank all of our vets and everybody that has paid the ultimate price and made that day what it was. So salute to that. I know you're with that. So
yeah, 100%.
With that, we've got a lot going on tonight. Let's jump into some reviews, huh?
Oh boy.
Yeah. So
and it looks like Tor's going to lead him into
That's
T1
these,
here. Pretty good jump from a few of them. Hard to tell if anybody got a really good jump there. Looks like Jim Brewster definitely kind of pulling out Tor.
Jim's not wrong. It always gives memorable races.
Parvinder Ladar as well into T1. Few side by side so far, but not too much action here into T1. Looking pretty clean so far.
Very surprised how clean everybody kept it for a very long time.
Oh, that's a big off-track moment heading down into the turn number 1. Who was that? Oh my!
Almost died.
That was Pageant.
Oh yeah, you were behind me, Grider.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, he's usually not quite this spicy right at the beginning of a race. He takes the lead into T1.
Guido Marzuki is a driver who is always lurking in the background. He isn't the one that's flashy and flamboyant, going for the dives, going for the sends. Yeah. When it comes to these races, he could be an assassin, silent but deadly, if you would.
Absolutely, it definitely offers a bunch of
silent but deadly.
Lippy here pulling out, so we're definitely getting some pretty spicy driving here, and it could almost be anybody's race. We may get a new winner today, Ron, after we were mentioning it in the run-up there, but yeah, all your points totally spot on, Ron, for sure. Now it's just kind of maintaining until the end. If you're not there at the end, it's getting spicy. Coliseum looks like he actually made some contact there, possibly with Jim Brewster. Just a wall of cars into T1. That's another thing about T1 here, is it actually widens a little bit, so you can get into it and really make a pass happen, even mid-corner and exit, and we're seeing that happen right now. We just had
I'm not going to call
two or three or four paths of cars going through there, axle to axle and too wide.
Oh no! That's
How
fine.
did
It's
you get
no
that
rule. You
fixed,
don't
by
need
the
force
way?
feedback rolls.
I had to unplug and plug it back in. My wheel. That's why I crashed on the front straight.
Multiple cars spearing off in a huge.
That hurt, by the way.
Yeah. You did the right thing, though. Doesn't mean that everybody will miss you.
Yeah.
That's usually when it results in and that was himself and
Yeah,
Green coming to blows.
We just had a big check up into turn 1. Parvinder, Jim was checking up a little bit, and he checked up more, and I didn't expect it. So, nothing I could really do. Thankfully, I managed to hit Parvinder square, so he didn't get any damage and nobody hit him. So he was able to make a good recovery out of it.
It's all right. I just spun in sympathy with you guys. I saw it. I was like, I might as well go around too.
Look at that. That is absolute insanity. Rafael Lippi in the midst of a sandwich down into turn number 1. Alan DeGassis and Tortoni, the reigning 2-time champion.
It's that class is always.
As well. He won last time at Sonoma, but when it comes to that Masters class, Alan DeGassis.
Yeah, I think I said on Discord, the crash from this is going to take out so many cars.
Anymore. There is a bit of a gap in between them as we're going 2, 3, 4 wide into T1. Mizuchi on the outside getting hung out.
Not so silent anymore, are you?
Oh,
no.
Poor silent assassin.
3 wide action and 5 cars covered by
netcode. Something you have to worry about in the sim every once in a while. You kind of have to think about as we're going fanning out 3 wide, 2 in a row. And it looks like we're going to make it through there clean one more time. Jason Perry getting on the outside of Jim Brewster there, being able to hold it, a little bit of grass. Everybody gets through nice and clean so far. So pretty impressive. Everybody's making it through T1 so clean every time.
Everybody are still kind of surprised that we're doing.
And you just have to look
killed
back
each
and have a
other.
quick
Yeah, I know.
See if Perry had enough nose up the inside there. I think he did. And unfortunately, Serrano just kind of turned in on him. And well, that's how it's going to end up every time.
It's just the nature of that track.
No, I think he speared the pack there.
Upside down. Oh my God! I think that's Jason Perry
Abandoned
tumbling
ship.
off into the
Run away!
Yeah, I looked to the left and I was like, I've got a gap. I need to get off the track.
No. And see his perspective in all of this. The contact is made a little bit farther in front of him. He'll get the view of this.
What were you thinking at that point, Jason? Were there expletives coming out of your mouth as you see the slow spin back onto the track?
Yeah, I mean, I was braking as hard as I could. I was just hoping, and I almost got under him, but
You had nowhere to go.
I was just hoping that they would clear it. It's the classic Lime Rock crash, right? It happens every single race. Somebody runs a little wide, spins across the track right into everybody. So yeah, I mean it's inevitable at this track.
I have no doubt about it.
Yeah, and Jason Perry's pirouette there.
Yeah, he got sent to the moon.
He doesn't want to go for a move and have to play the
Ken Poulin always around. At Lime Rock, he's always has a great race.
What we're seeing is they're coming to 2 to go this time, Bob.
Yeah, absolutely. And we watch Brewster and Ken Poulin duking it out, and they have lost the pack now. And that's exactly what's going to happen.
Get a bit spicy.
30 seconds left
Yeah,
to
this
go.
is the last left now. After the death, it's down to 5 cars.
I want to see what the gap is.
Do we even need to watch this? Because look at where he is right now. Do we even need to watch the end of this? We already know.
Yeah, he's all the way back in 3rd.
I mean,
there's a whole 10th of a second.
The lap before he was in 5th. So.
And it was
dead heat.
This
freaking guy.
Basically a dead heat. Yeah, you're exactly right there, Josh. Look at that gap between those two. Right at that one car can never be discounted. He's a reigning 2-time champion for a good reason in this series. He's won in squeakers before, so let's keep an eye on him as they head their way through turn number 5 for the final time.
Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be a pretty close one here. We'll try to jump on
nose
board.
out. Tor had to be like,
no. And see what kind of a run he can get out of this last corner. And I would imagine he, like you're saying, Ron, I think he's probably in the best position here if he can get the proper run out of this corner for that finish. And it looks like they're going to fan out here.
Tor has got the run.
Oh, they parted the seas for it.
Right.
Yeah. And Lippi on the left, and it looks like those guys are win by Tor. I believe that is.
I think if they would have made him go around the outside inside edge, they may have
a second run, and then behind that 34 seconds. So
we'll
definitely have to go back and get an aerial view of that finish, but that's about as close as they get.
Draft, but yeah, I don't think there was any. There was a no-win situation for Allen.
Through the back straightaway of that track at the very end of that race, and that was a lesson that Rafael Lippi had to take. If he stayed behind the gases and didn't,
unbelievable,
probably would have been contacted. Who knows? We may have seen the
perfectly played by Tor.
Yep. Once again.
Yep. But
one of these days he's gonna.
Yeah, right.
I think Guido got him. Guido got him once. Not in this league, but yeah. So Tor wins it again. Actually, I want to see like a total margin of victory for Tor.
For the whole,
Somebody
For
had
like
a
the
running
last
total.
last 3 seasons. I'm
Yeah.
I don't think there's been many over a second.
No.
So I feel like the margin of victory is very, very small, but he always gets it done. Let's go, Tor. Great win, man. Alan had a great race as well. Jim, Raphael, his second race with us, another great one. Didn't have to come from nowhere to get on the podium this time. He was up front the entire race. Ken Poulin, he's always there for Lime Rock. Always. I didn't even know he was in the race, to be honest. And then I looked at my relative, and it was like, "Oh, Ken's here. He's right behind me. Where the heck did he come from?" So yeah, great drives by all. Great recovery from Preventer after I punted him. Guido as well managed to pull back up to 8th. So let's go, guys.
All right, on to the FFs.
FF's at Thruxton. I was really tempted to do this race, to be honest. Decided against it, but Thruxton is so much fun in these cars because it's so on the limit.
But right behind him, Adam Thompson is maybe going to try and make something work on the exit of turn number 1 as they head their way.
Thanks,
down
Antonio.
the twisties.
Dan Stasinski says that it was like 17 seconds last season and 14 seconds were from 2 races.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Winning margins. So yeah, there you go.
They are nose to tail this peloton.
I feel like
Yeah,
this
we need-
season has all been photo finishes.
We need to keep the counter going. The point.
Yeah.
This track, and it was just so fast, and you go a little wide and touch that grass, and it was all over.
Yep.
And then that chicane.
Yeah, this chicane's super difficult. You gotta send it over the curbs. Car's super unstable.
And if you do too much, just slightly too much, you get that slowdown.
Yep.
Don't ask me how I know.
As we got Xander Verbruge there on the inside, I think that's the 233 car. Yeah, I think he just played a little follow the leader there. I think he just kind of got a little target fixation.
Andrew and Sander were kind of looking a little too far forward there. Kind of over a little bit.
Leader.
Yeah.
We could see that game of leapfrog plan.
Yeah, look at these guys send it through there.
As they head their way through that final chicane. As that's Kevin Adrian with a slide down through the braking zone as Juan Garcia has had his own falling anvil. Let's see.
Watch this, poor Juan.
This is heading off
just a little too much.
Loses it on exit and takes a wild
Straight to the airfield. He
There's
almost
nothing. There's nothing there to stop you.
You just go forever.
There's a runway out there eventually. I think he almost got there.
That's Phil Fernandez trying to get that.
Yeah, here we had a good little battle for a while.
Yep.
Looks like he gets that done with authority around the outside. That Phil Fernandez car. Always one that I like to see.
There's the slow down. Oh, did you get the slow down there too? Okay.
Nope. Just barely. That yellow line.
Yeah.
If you get all 4 inside the yellow line, you get.
Yeah, it was so close.
Yeah. I didn't realize he was that close when I shut the door. I just
almost got murdered.
As we take a look at Jeff Wubker and his perspective, trying to pick his way through the smoke, and contact being made.
Bounced off.
Inside curb through turn number 3 of Cobb. Wide button, all that drama. They have lost touch of Tompkins and Joyner.
Adam Tompkins? Who the heck is that? Hey!
Yeah.
Another impersonating my name.
Just about. Yeah. I think he's another one of the Zulio drivers.
Okay.
Almeida.
Obviously, he's very, very fast.
Yeah, clearly.
Any of those guys come over from the Almeidas.
Whoa.
Slow down. Nope.
Nah, his wheel disconnected.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had to guess, the curbs cause his wheel to disconnect. That's what it looks like.
Oh, wow, Zers, that was Jay
Great save there.
Huge snap coming out of turn number 3.
Where they had the TCRs, but I bet those TCRs were probably a handful
Spice.
on a track like this with so much direction changes.
Oh, great. Guido said he impersonated me well, so he must have run it out of
field. That was Kevin Adrian. Yeah, Josh
I was
there you
can
can see Joshua got the slowdown going all the way inside that yellow line.
Run this track as look at that defensive move down into turn number 2. I think he got the slowdown, but he's still got to lose out on that spot. But he's still trying to wheel it. Holy cow!
He's really fighting for that spot.
Wow!
Even through a slowdown. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they know. And if I get the opportunity to commentate
And it still goes.
a race with Josh, I'm going to have him interview Kevin Adrian. You can see Swaparoo going on between the two race attendants.
Yeah, right here. I think he does it again.
Yep.
He did it again right there.
Yep.
That
Inside that
is
yellow line.
definitely a slowdown.
Yep.
Yeah, Ron was looking at the
with the iRacing gods.
flags.
Did he pick up a slowdown for all that? I'm going to look through. Yes, he did. So Wilkie going
Scored
to have
it
another
must be
slowdown.
coming from you, Michelle. I guess I'm not hearing a Discord.
Oh, it's
notification
Adam.
sound.
We're hearing your Discord, I guess.
Ah, right.
Just
Yep,
the
I should probably.
This would be a battle for the race lead.
Oh,
and it looks
it's
like it's
Adam.
going to heat up here soon as
Always
it's now
Adam.
under a half.
My
to get their way out of
bad.
8.
Yeah, 3 minutes left to go in the race, and probably 2 laps as we've got smoke there. Oh,
Uh-huh.
Whoa!
I hate
that
you
is,
guys.
The Paul Jackson.
Yep, there it was. I was waiting for it.
And entry okay. Midpoint okay. Ooh, exit not okay. Off the track on the outside. Spins it right in front of Andrew and Stevie Ray. And then,
Don't do it, Paul. Don't do it.
Oh,
Whoa!
and
yeah,
great avoidance.
yeah.
Great avoidance by Garcia. But yeah,
Yeah, I think these drivers, with how hard they've been racing, I think something's going to boil over here soon as there's the move from Adrian down into the chicane. Wilkie, I think, learning his lesson with the track limits at the front of the field, though. Ian Joyner and Adam Tompkins, they're running within about 0.2 of a second of each other. They're going to be coming right to the end of this race here as well, Charles. So I believe the white flag will be in the air. One more lap of racing action, and look at that. Adam Tompkins broke Ian Joyner's ankles down into turn number 9 of the
They had a hell of a battle. He caught him.
down into 6. It's going to see what sort of speed Tompkins has. He's going to try and look for it around the outside through Noble of 5. Will he get it done? It's still close quarter stuff. He's got about a lane and a half on that inside line. Down into 6. They head their way through that section.
Oh my God.
Go back for each other.
Wow.
They're nearly banging
They
wheels
had a
and
battle.
body work heading down into turn number 8 at the very end of this race. Tompkins holding on to the inside line, gonna get that move done, but Joyner gonna try and get his bearing straight, collect himself, and maybe go for a last second dive down into club. They're clipping the grass. The 17's trying to cover off that inside line, but here comes Joyner in the 8. They're oh so close to making contact moment after moment, second after second, side by side into the chicane, and Joyner gonna try and hold his own, but he won't be close enough, but he's got to run coming out of the final turn. It's gonna be a photo finish at the end of this race, but Tompkins gonna win it.
Such a great battle.
Batonio here. He's going to take the Masters class.
Batonio. Even Charles is picking up on Batonio.
The Masters win, and these guys are battling to the very end.
Oh,
gosh.
Whoa!
Wilkie gonna hit
How
the
did he
wall.
not
He's
hit
trying to
anything?
go for it down into
That's
the
awesome.
club chicane.
I was battling with Andrew Love right here for 9th and 10th. Guess who went through the got the off track?
Oh
at the
no!
And you can't clear it before the start finish.
Oh yeah, you've got to slam on the brakes. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So
Oh wow! Oh, that puts you down there way far, Stevie.
Mhm. It's a close race.
Yep. Adam with the P1. Finally, somebody took a bit of competition to Mr. Joyner there.
Yeah.
By about 7/100ths of a second. It's pretty close. Pretty close. Daniel Tufts comes home P3. Antonio, Batonio even, as Charles Bochelle likes to call you. I'm glad this is catching on, Antonio. I really am. Takes P4, winner in the Masters as well. Dan Whitsack comes home, winner of Spec 2 class. Looking down through the field here, Jim Brewster takes home P2 in the Masters. Stevie Ray still took home P3. Man, you could have had P2 there, Stevie.
Yeah, I could have.
And then looking here, Philip Fernandez and Xander Verbruge round out your top 3 in Spec 2. All right, one more to go. I hope Jason didn't catch any of this.
To get the green here in a
No, I caught it.
You know better than that. You know better than that.
Flags that, and the drivers are on their way. It's a pretty good start there from Kabanka. The one.
It was good to see Christian back.
He's gonna have a battle in his hands.
I was
in the
hyped.
middle, and Maritza Nazelli trying to make something work on the
Christian
inside.
back,
Wilkie's gonna back
and
out of it. He'll
of
still
course
try and get
puts
that
it on
move on
pole.
the
Just
who's
randomly
on the outside line.
First race
Maritza
back.
checking up, heading all through cops of turn number 1, but the front of the field, Kabanka got off to a flyer.
He did. Good start by Kabanka. We still see some battling back
Yeah,
there with
there's
Eric
a
Luke.
huge wreck in the
Simon
background. There we go.
There it is.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk about that. 1 second. I decided not to qualify in this race because I did not want to get involved in any championship battles that were going on. I am never making that mistake again.
Right here.
Yeah, where'd you go?
So I think that really snowballed with the stack.
I got through it.
Coming out of turn number
Wait for it.
and ended.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that too.
I remember you coming up past me.
Yeah,
I followed you for a while.
SMR and SMR violence.
I know. I felt so bad. I did give him the position back though.
Yep.
This is it.
Yeah, here's the left one. So yeah, so Tom had a slide earlier, and then Brad had track up as well. So there's two cars going slow, and then Jeff and Alan going faster, and then Brad, I'm sorry, and Nebraska. And yeah, just kind of
getting chased by his
so it's just kind of an unavoidable thing.
Nadvernek won last time out at Phoenix, and I believe that may have been a series debut, a name that I do not recognize from this championship in my time covering it.
Adam prioritized yelling in the booth instead of qualifying.
Yes, yes.
Right.
There he goes, Paulo.
244.
I was having quite a battle with Paulo, and then I decided to back off, and you came up and went through, and I watched for a while, and came back up.
This was a lot of fun with Paulo. I mean, we had a lot of fun up there, and I'm going to pause it as long as they stay on here. Right. Oh, wow, I forgot how long the straightaway is. Right here, this corner is extremely tough to make a pass on. I found that out when I was trying to do it on Brad. It is so hard to sight your braking point when you're at the inside car.
Good racing between Thompson and Breme, and it looks like Thompson is going to win
Brad's
out in that battle for now.
It's difficult to play out here. As we see Kabanka going down.
Yeah, this track is very fun. You can go side by side the entire track if you want. So it's not very fast to do that, but it is possible.
He's up there in second, going for the lead.
Yeah,
make that call to go for a move down into turn number 4. There's Wilkie
making some moves
this week. That's a statement from Josh.
Here, as we're coming down through into turn 1.
So the Mats.
Wait!
Almost.
I got it.
I don't got it.
Catch him, keep him from hitting the wall.
He's doing so well. He's chilling right behind me.
As we take a look at
unlucky, just a little too much on the brakes, too much turbo braking.
Involving Kabanka, Nazelli, and Wilkie. I think Josh has been shuffled back down into third. Yes, he has. Still up one spot from where he started in this race, and certainly happy to be involved in that discussion. As Jason Green making that call to come into the pits himself. So that's a big pit call from your championship leader.
We weren't really going too fast.
But as we're seeing,
we're going like 3 or 4 tenths off of what I could lap on my own, so I decided to pit early.
To a little bit of a gap, and he's kind of broken the draft of that group that's got.
Well, let's see how that works out for you.
Luke and
took a page out of my book.
That's exactly.
This is the second week in a row I've done this TV race strategy. So last at Phoenix, it was unintended, or it was I had damage, so I had to.
Oof. Yeah, I think what's going
on. This is how Christian broke the draft.
The fact that Christian not over yet. Able to break away from the draft of those drivers.
Managed not to crash, but
I think this may be coming up well for Jason Green as Nazelli. He's on pit exit, but look at that. That's Green with the run on the racetrack. That's Jason Green jumping in front of Nazelli.
The undercut.
That is a huge
I was shocked
Jason Green. But
when I was like 3, 2, I think it was 2.4 seconds before number 2.
I was hanging out in the slow motion racing Discord, just doing. I don't remember what I was doing, but
yeah, I saw you over there. I kept waiting for you to come into SRF Discord, but you didn't.
But Jason comes in after. He goes, "Guess what?" I was like, "What?" He goes, "I did the Stevie strategy and it worked."
It's going to be a drag race between these two, but it's going to be Jason Green pulling out in front of Kabanka there.
Just far enough in front of
No!
Wait. Listen to run.
To come to a stop, grind to a halt, and tow back to pit lane. That's an unfortunate moment for him, but hey, that's what you get for coming into my commentary booth and meowing into my ear, you son of a... Pella Brema is currently running finally making that call to come
that was good.
Oh, that's the only reason I included it.
That's awesome.
Who's already been passed by Naselli.
Son of a Paul Osbeck.
Oh, wow. That's Osbeck nearly running off into the grass to get a move done on Wilkie. He's feeling the burn with Joaquim Osbeck.
Josh had a really short pit stop. He actually came out in front of Christian.
Will we see
And he's desperately saving fuel at this point.
We will see a move there as Fritcher jumps his way up into 7th. These drivers
he 2 or 3 seconds quicker than anybody else.
Josh, as he's slow
Obviously a little
corner.
short.
He needs to come into the pits. Oh no.
Leader of the race there at one point in time to.
Wow,
to
really,
help it all the way
Flavio?
out.
Really?
And as I wrap up this,
God,
century. Very good.
Good
We
one.
talked about it in the qualifying session earlier on.
Meows,
Christian, no.
As that
Get him,
Christian
Tam.
Kabanka making the call to come into the pits. What in the
Christian
world is going on
missed
here
it
with
too.
Kabanka?
Yeah, there were
Yeah,
lots of
sounding
fuel
like a
issues.
rose
I was
going
surprised.
here in a few moments.
Yep.
Because I
As we
overfueled.
look at
I
these
did too.
racers heading their way. That's
Richard also
Fritcher.
as well.
He's running out of gas
4
as
laps
well. You can
left
see
or
him
something.
slow down the
Oh, that's
Wellington
okay. I
straightaway.
didn't overfuel
Something
by that
is going
much.
on with Trevor
I had like
943.
a
I'm
lap
not sure whether
extra.
that car is sputtering, about to run out of gas, or
Yeah, I
what.
had like 3 or
But
4
Jason
laps extra.
Green at the front
The
of
last
this
lap.
field. It is going to be a win
I'm
and
like,
a
Stevie,
crucial
go. And he's like,
win
no, I want to
at
finish
that, as he
the
heads
side by
his way
side. I was like,
towards the
okay.
final corner of Woodford.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to
I
catch
don't.
me, and I thought I was gonna,
championship last season.
I was
Now
gonna
And then
stay
I,
out of your way.
heading into the
Yeah,
final
yeah.
week of the spec race.
So I was gonna, I looked at it a little bit, but then I saw them catching me really fast. So I was like, sorry, Stevie, I gotta go.
Spec 2 category. Here's Chef Fritcher. This is going to he needs to
Fritcher
break out the
barely
Fritcher
made
ran
it.
out.
Come
Yeah.
on.
He held position though.
Brad
Yeah.
Cathcart
Yeah.
overtakes him. That is big when it comes to his respective Masters Championship fight as well.
Yeah,
In
that was
big
quite a
way for
race.
that. Oh,
There goes Stevie.
Pop-Tart action there from Jason's car, from Stevie coming in
Oh,
on
no.
the blinder. It's just,
There's
here we
Simon.
go. So yeah, great race by Jason. Got it just
Flavio
absolutely
comes in
perfect.
eventually to
A
launch
great
me.
battle with the rest of those front runners. I mean, it was
Yeah.
it was tight all the way to the end there, and you saw Osbeck trying to make a move there on Z at the very
Flipping
end.
through the air.
Just not quite
Awesome.
enough, but great racing all the way around.
Points here. We don't need to talk about P1. Eric, Luke, congrats on P2, buddy. First in Spec 2, obviously. No, great strategy, Jason.
Good job.
I mean, I think the Stevie strategy, I think more people might start adopting that Stevie strategy now, to say the least, but
I mean,
Yeah.
they shouldn't. It's the, it was the single case where it was actually faster.
yeah,
And it only worked because we had a slightly smaller grid. We only had
Yeah.
like 21 or 22 cars.
that's true.
So if with a bigger grid, it would not work.
Yeah.
But yeah, because of that, I was able to pit and I had like 18 seconds of free air
Sure.
to go do my thing and put in some perfect laps. But yeah, it's normally not the not the best strat. But yeah, Eric kind of came from nowhere. He was he was still in the front pack, of course, because he always is, because he's super quick. But he was kind of hanging back in like what, P5, P6, something like that after the pit stops. And then all of a sudden, I see him in second. I'm like, where the heck did he come from? So
You're
great
going
job on
to
him.
you're going to have him to deal with next season.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure, and I'm hyped for it. Eric's great to race with. He's super fast, super clean, and a great guy. So yeah, I'm really happy to have him with us. Joaquim as well. They had a really close finish. Thankfully, didn't run out of fuel this week. So let's go, Joaquim. Maurizio was a little short on fuel. So he had to lift and save a little bit towards the end. Flavio, let's go. P5, and then Simon, another solid finish from him, his second race with us. And then look out for the guy in P7 this week.
Yeah.
Fritcher he has been really fast so far at Oschersleben. So he actually beat me yesterday in the SOF race. So yeah, watch out for him next week.
Yeah.
Go, Jeff.
Old guys can still do
Keep
it.
him honest.
Yeah. Well, that's all the points. There you go. Formula V's. Look who's up top, Mr. Jason
Yeah.
Green, Ethan,
Yeah.
and Nate. Not too far behind. Then S2, you got Michelle out there. Parvinder in second. That's 8 means he's only got 8 races.
Okay.
Everybody else
Okay.
that doesn't have a number out there has at least 9. So I tried to show those that do not have the full 9 yet. So you got full points. And then Mr. Grider.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited, but also cautious because I think it's because I show up every week as opposed to outright pace. But I'll take it if I can.
And just a note on the spec 1. So with my crash last at Lime Rock, I essentially I've used up all my drop weeks. So if I get crashed out again this week and get a low points total, Tor is less than 100 points behind on one less race.
Yeah.
So he'll only have 8 races, but if he wins,
he'll get
and
full
I get
points. Yeah.
less than I don't know. Yeah, not that many points. He could actually beat me with one less race.
Well,
so
sounds like I may be running V's this weekend, next weekend.
Yeah, I was about to say,
right?
Because I got no skin in this game.
I was about to say too. You need to keep that math to yourself.
I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. It's fine. I think that would be epic. Because I mean, like Tor is pretty much. I think he's won every race that he's done this season. I have to double check that, but I feel like he has. Every time he's been there, he's at least been on the podium for sure, if not won every race. So yeah, that would be an epic achievement for him to win the championship on one less race than everybody else. If anybody could do it, it's Tor. Sorry to sidetrack from the Masters.
Yeah. Michelle's asking if she's locked it up. I would say so, because Parvinder would have to win outright to get over 100 points. And then Michelle, depends on what your lowest points are and what you finish here. You get the difference. So
if she gets a good finish, maybe like a top 10 or a top 5 would definitely clinch it because she'd improve her points total. So just a solid finish from Michelle. Avoid the anvils. Should take it home.
Yep.
Masters,
Mr. Brewster.
Yeah, Mr. Brewster has gotten it. Basically, just got to have a good finish here. Moving on into the final race, and then Kurt Nunez and Alan DeGasis. Alan only sitting on 7 races, so that could change.
Yeah. I mean, you're like you said, if you get an outright win, that's only 105 points or something. So
exactly.
So yeah.
Yeah, a really good finish from Kurt. Could make it interesting depending on what Jim does, but Jim's pretty consistent.
I don't think Jim's going to be there because we were talking about the Spec Racer Fords. Him and I are really close, or in the Formula Fords. And I told him if I won't be there and if he shows up, he could get me because we're only 3 points apart. And he says, well, I'm not going to be there either.
Well,
I don't think
Kurt
needs
a hope for a race at Summit.
There you go.
Coming weekend, right?
Right.
He's got family coming in or something for a birthday. He said he was going to go to Summit, but I think he's got something going on at home. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
So, Kurt get a good finish. He could close up there on
which is possible. Kurt has been killing it in the V's this season. So,
absolutely.
All right.
I want to mention before we even talk about the Formula Fords, I want you to go down there and look at the Masters. Because if you look up at the top, you'll see second place is in S1 right now, 659 points. You go down to the bottom, you'll see a first place. And it's a Masters driver. So
no.
Yeah,
Antonio.
Yeah,
and that's what 78 points or what? I don't know. My math is good. 80 points. So it's not a small margin that he's leading overall. So awesome. Way to go, Antonio. Show them us old guys aren't finished.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's doing a great job. And we talked with him last week about about him only dedicating all of his time to the Formula Fords. A lot of it has to do with time. And I was like, well, it seems to be working out for you. So doing pretty good job. Yeah, looking here through the rest of the points here, obviously things are kind of close, but it's not as close as they are in the Vs. And I mean, it's pretty close still in the SRFs, but I think Mauricio's got you, doesn't he, Jason?
I haven't done the math yet, to be honest. I haven't looked at drops and stuff, but yeah, I don't. I don't know yet.
I think both of you are sitting on 10 races, if I remember right. So
yeah,
it's just going to be the difference between whatever your lowest and if you get a good finish this week.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, and looking through the rest of them, Eric Luke. Anyways, yeah, he's going to be Spec 1 next season. Matt Thompson taking home P2 and probably going to take home P2. But Paolo's fighting. I mean, he was putting up a pretty good defense when I was racing him last weekend. So keep an eye on that battle a little bit. Jeff Richer running away with it from Tom Gradwell, and Brad Cathcart there on the podium right now.
Go Brad.
So
Might have had a little more points if you didn't punt him off the track.
Well, all right, moving on.
Just kidding, but yeah. Again, watch out for Fritcher. I'm not trying to curse him, I swear.
Yeah.
But he's been really fast at Oschersleben so far.
When I did this points earlier, Tom Gradwell had been on top of the Masters in SRF for a long time, and it just flipped this week or over the last 2 weeks.
Yep.
So, Jeff's coming on.
Oops. Well, sorry about that. You can see us all. But, real quickly, let's get into the XSLR points as well, because I know there's another guy in here that's
got a battle.
Yeah. Well, it's up
3 points.
Yeah. There was an accounting error on iRacing's part that gave me a bit of a bigger buffer than I actually had. So it was not giving points out in our heat race formats for our dirt section. So Andy, another admin over there, decided he's going to be on the podcast actually. He had to add those points in manually for P1 qualifier. Well, we get onto the asphalt, and all of a sudden iRacing decided to start adding points for P1 qualifier. So Andy magically took 3 of my points away after this race. So it is now very, very close up at the top between myself and Jake Ham. We've got one more race in the asphalt oval. In the 87s, we're going to Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There was a unanimous vote to switch it from Pocono.
Pocono is also a good track.
I know.
But yeah.
When I say...
I don't...
Go ahead.
Did they actually drive Indy?
I don't...
Before taking this vote, or did you just tell them how much fun it was? Because... just watching Adam, it looked really freaking difficult.
It is
in Indy. So I have a feeling Adam's going to be the only finisher from that race.
It was
no. It's super fun. I enjoyed the heck out of that race.
All right.
Yeah, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway is a lot of fun in those cars. A lot of slipstream or a lot of slip angle and slipstream. So should get interesting there. But yeah, we put a vote up in XSLR and it passed 15-0 to switch it from Pocono to Indianapolis. So yeah, hang in for that one here in a couple weeks' time. Down here, looking through the points though, Jason is slowly tumbling down. He's still in the points though, so even though he hasn't been racing with us, he actually is still making money off of the league. He is still going to get a payout at the end of the season. So, but yeah,
you could just assign that to me.
Yeah,
right. I'll cash his check.
But yeah, Grider down there in 73 points as well. But yeah, this is obviously payouts go to the top 5, and this battle is going to get real close up here at the end of the season because we've got a bunch of GT3 ringers in here, and I'm not one of them. So it's going to get real fun to watch going on to the last 4 races in GT3.
Just get him to vote unanimously to change it all to rain, and then you'll be fine.
Oh, screw you, Jason.
That ain't gonna happen.
I'm just saying that would favor you because every time I've done a team race with you and it's been raining, you've been the fastest.
Yet I hate the rain
on our team in the rain.
Cannot stand the rain. I hate the rain. I don't know.
But it works, man.
It's true. It's true.
We can sneak Indy in. I don't think we're gonna sneak Rain into the GT3 race.
Yeah, I may have a mutiny on my hands. I may be coming over to help admin for Stevie when somebody else takes XSLR over. To be honest, it's gonna be but anyways,
yeah. And speaking of that, your league and all the Weekend Warriors, and we have a team going between us.
We do.
SMR, Slow Motion Racing, and pretty much everybody here except me has been an active participant on that team. You guys are doing an awesome job. Tell us what's going on with the SMR team, guys. I mean, Indy, NASCAR, all kinds of stuff.
Jason, I don't know. I'll let you kind of talk about it a little bit, but I mean, I can talk about how it started. It started with slow motion broadcasting. I was finding my way out of slow motion broadcasting, and Stevie had an idea to. I don't think he expected an actual. I think he just wanted something like some type of team. And Jason and I were like, oh, yeah, okay, fine. So we started slow motion racing, and it became like trying to figure out a team name. Like, all right, what are we going to call this team? And one day I'm sitting at work, and Jason goes, slow motion racing. I was like, boom, done. Made logos. Rob Schwenkler, thank you so much for the logos, by the way. They are freaking sweet. Yeah, I wish I was going through trying to find some pictures here, and I found a few that we can go through, but I could not find a picture of our first ever slow motion racing team entry, which was Daytona 24 of this year. Yep. And we only had one team. It was myself, Brad, Jason, JG2. We had how many other? I think we had two other people on that team. Josh Wilkie and Tyler Brown was the other one. So we had those five, and that's how it started. And then we moved on from that. We went to Bathurst, and we went from fielding one car and one split to fielding, I think, 3 separate cars in slow motion racing. And we
have 3 or 4 teams.
We may have 4.
I think we had 4 for Bathurst.
Yeah. So, and it's taken off.
Yep.
So
and then we had Indy. The Indy this year was amazing to be with on the team because I think we had up to like 8 people like on Discord with us during the Indy 500s.
Mm-hmm.
We managed to get 3 of us for the Open in the same split. There we go.
That's an awesome picture. Yeah.
Love that picture.
Yeah. So like myself, Adam, and Jake managed to get in the same splits. Like we got our quality times to within a couple thousandths of each other. So we were able to get in the same split a couple times. Unfortunately, Jake had some technical issues, but shout out to him. He was the first. We had our first team stream, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He live streamed his races until technical difficulties stopped. But I think he's going to keep doing that. So yeah, the Indy 500 with the team was awesome. Last year I was just kind of doing it by myself, and this year, with help from Adam, I was able to improve a lot. The oval guru.
Sorry, Stevie, you got fucking faster than me, and it pissed me off. Like, come on, Jason. Like, this is why Jason. But Jason does help me too, so I'm not that mad at it. But all of a sudden, Jason and I are finding ourselves in the Open. So it was fixed first week, and then the Open, we found ourselves, we were in every split together because we were only, 3 1,000ths or 3 100ths of a second off of each other in qualifying.
Awesome.
Yeah.
3,000ths, yeah.
So.
I screwed up. I was 3,000ths faster than Adam. I didn't think that would happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm sorry, Adam. We're really close. I know I accidentally went faster, but I mean, it's up to you, man. If we do we want to qualify again?
Well, I remember the chats. I remember the chats we had because I was like, man, I think I should probably qualify again to get just a little bit closer to Jason. That was not my intention at all. It was the fact that he was beating me, but I didn't want to tell anybody that. I was just mad that Jason was beating me. But looking through these pictures here, big shout out to Jeff Jacobson as well. We'll get to that one here in a second, Jason. But big shout out to Jeff Jacobson for getting all of these. So right here, this is Brad, I believe, and I think. Oh man, I can't. That's Brad and oh my goodness, Jake. Because Jake was running the blue car, and this is This is me and you, obviously, and then there are right here.
Guido?
This is Guido here. This is Guido and Brad.
Okay, gotcha.
Running the same split. So, it was pretty cool to see, how many people, were in there, and we were all. I mean, Stevie, the team has gotten big enough now to where we were able to all run in the same split as a single person, running the same split as a team, which was pretty damn cool.
Yeah, you guys have done an awesome job. Just the short time this team has been together and running and sharing setups and helping each other and the paints and shoot.
So
moving
forward onto the team.
Yeah, we would have gotten some team representation if iRacing used trading paints. Unfortunately, they only got my super basic green paint there, but that's me on the wall.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Yeah, wall. Yeah.
That's Helio Castroneves is the one that climbs the fence when he wins. But he does it outside of his car. Jason, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, drives up there.
I was trying so hard. I mean, I had it pinned right here because I was trying to get off of the wall. Because if you see there, it's lap 197 of 200.
Yes.
So even though I have a meatball, the race was going to finish under caution. And I was in second place. So I was, if I got off the wall, I was going to limp it around to the checker. But yeah, so this was the iRacing broadcast. And they, after split 1 ended, they went down to split numbers, and I was in split 4. So they managed to catch my death. I had a great last stint. Had the fastest car because I had the freshest tires. Flew up to the back of the top 3. And then P2 made a mistake in turn 4, put in the wall, and took myself and P3 out. So yeah, that was unfortunate. But I mean, that's Indy. I'm more upset that they didn't have the SMR paint.
I know. That is something.
Epic, but,
that is something to be said about Indy, though. I mean, huge shout out to everybody. I think. I don't know if Michelle Lynn actually tried to run. I know she tried to get her license up there, and I think she got it there. I don't know if she actually ran with us, though. But Guido grinded for a week and a half to get up there and to get his C-Class license in Oval to be able to run with us. And it was pretty cool to see.
And I think the very last open time slot this year, Guido managed to finish a race.
Yes.
Managed to finish the 500, so let's go, Guido.
Yes. Moving on from the 500, obviously this was the month of May for me, and as most of you know, I'm from Indiana, and it was Memorial Day weekend and all that stuff. So Indianapolis, we've talked about this on the podcast, Stevie. May was oval. It was oval month for me, man. So I was able to get Jake Schilling as with Jeff as well, Jeff Jacobson. He drives the Ford, which is unfortunate. That's probably why he finished P2 instead of P1 in this race, honestly. But yeah, this is Jake Schilling crossing the line in his first ever oval special event. Finishes P2 in his split.
Awesome.
So awesome job by Jake Schilling there. Yeah. And this is me with my Coke 600 win.
Look at that.
So yeah, my first ever special event win in iRacing.
Yeah, loving that. Love the paints.
Yes.
Congrats on the win, bud.
Yeah.
And then this past weekend, Jeff and I found ourselves in the same split, and Jeff decided to use this as his splash screen for his stream. And we were at Kansas last weekend, and we don't need to tell you what happened to get to this point where there's a car in the wall, but Jeff and I got side by side there for a pretty cool picture. And I mean, it's just really cool to see all of these paints. And here's another one, obviously from XSLR. That's Brad Cathcart there with me. That's me down there on the low line. But yeah, to see Slow Motion Racing represented, in a bunch of different series and leagues is just freaking awesome, and it's nowhere but up from here. I mean, I don't think this team's going anywhere anytime soon. We've got a really great base of people that will run, so it's going to be awesome to see. Stevie, if you would ever get your computer fixed, which I know you now have it fixed, maybe the owner of the team would actually like to run with us every now and then.
One of the owners.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd like that. Would be fun.
I'm loving running this stuff. I finished both of my Indy split.
Yes.
Not Not on the lead lap, but they were not on pace. But I made the end, and that was all I was trying to do.
Yep.
Yeah,
You had
absolutely.
fun. All right.
It was a better success ratio than me, I think.
Yeah, me too.
I think I finished 2.
Yeah. I was
Without,
100%. I only did 2 splits. I did one open, one fixed, and one open, but I finished both of them.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, Trent. Your Chrome Pro 4 did not make the pictures, buddy. I was trying to look for a picture of it, and I could not find it. But there were some really cool pictures. I didn't have time to find them that Josh took of a bunch of slow motion racing vehicles during our Pro 4 races in XSLR, and there were like 4 or 5 of us lined up together, which was awesome.
Awesome. Yeah. No, you guys have done an awesome job getting that team up and going. So
I don't think we're doing the Nord 24, but we are definitely going to be doing the Watkins Glen 6 hour. I'm sure Adam and Jeff might do the Firecracker 400 as well.
I would if I was going to be here. I'm going to be in Indiana.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
And then we got Spa 24 coming up as well. So yeah, if anybody watching wants to join us, just hit us up.
Yeah.
Always looking for some more people. So yeah, it's a fun team. Lots of good. It's we're here for the fun. So yeah, we're not. It's not a super serious team, but like not pushing for results. Despite Adam 1 and 2.
Yeah. I can say that I'm not
on team environment than anything, but yeah.
You got a good Weekend Warrior foundation and culture to start with.
Absolutely.
Too,
so. Absolutely.
I can say I'm not competitive. I can honestly say I'm not competitive. I'm really not. I like to have fun with the guys until you get me in that damn car, and then all of a sudden, switch flips. Everyone shut up. It's time to go. So. But
all right.
I will say, as someone who is not as skilled as the other people on the team, that everybody has helped get me to a level where I was comfortable running with people in cars that I've never really spent time in, or if I have, it was spent a lot of time in the wall. Yeah. And it's the super environment.
Yeah,
and learning and getting comfortable in the cars to finish races. So I highly recommend it.
Awesome. Well, with that, the last bit of racing we've got to go over is this season's finale this coming Sunday or Saturday for the V's at Orem Park. That's going to be a good one. Even if you're not in the running for a podium or anything, just join in the fun. I always tell everybody, come out and help celebrate a fun season. Just get on track and have some fun. Formula Fords are going to be at Donington Grand Prix. That will close out the Formula Ford UK tour for the past 2 seasons, I think. And SRF, as already mentioned, is at Ossersleben.
Yep.
So that's going to be a technical and that'll wear you out, I think.
Yeah,
so,
very difficult, but it's also a draft track. Very easy to stay in the draft, I would say. So yeah, should be interesting.
There's a question. Well, hang on. Sorry, we'll continue. Sorry, go ahead. We'll finish the racing before we get into the JG1 stuff.
All right. Yeah. We're gonna week 13, the V runoffs, the 45th time we've done it. And that's over 4 years worth. But at Road America this time, a shout out for the June sprints. They're actually at Road America this week. So we'll follow them by a week. 10-minute warm-up, 20-minute open qualifying this time. More the Weekend Warrior style. 25-minute V race. That is going to be draft. I mean, yeah, I think Brian or Dan Stasinski's posted some videos of the V's in the real world at Road America for the runoff. So that's going to be a ton of fun. You're not going to be able to get away from anybody. Formula Fords and the SRS for 30 minutes also. I've got some stuff working in the background for some awards that hopefully we'll be able to announce before too long. So stay tuned for that. But when you fill out your registration, there's one block to select for the configuration.
And it's, do we do the standard kink configuration, or do we throw in the chicane that's called the bend and eliminates the So, yeah, I went back and forth. I really did. I drove both a little bit, and it was like, the kink always causes mass chaos. Somebody goes off to the left, comes across, and you get a big wreck. The kink or the bend with that chicane, you've got some hard braking, a zigzag that can cause issues. So who knows? But I don't think we've ever done it. But yeah, we'll see.
I can see it being really good. I can see it being really good for the Formula V.
Yeah,
I don't know that if the Fords and the Spec Racer need it.
Yeah,
they've got enough power to handle the straight.
The Formula Fords are sketchy through the kink.
Yes.
Depending on the track temps. SRFs are fine. You can take it flat.
If you do it just right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be fun. I mean, I'm going to be there for that one. I'll tell you that. I mean, the runoffs are always good, but to be at Road America here, especially with people that are going there right now, I know, I think we got Brian. Brian is there.
Yeah.
Dan might be there. And I know for a fact Jake Schilling left today to go up there.
He posted that he got there today, set up his tent, 15 minutes later, it started raining.
Yeah.
That's Road America. But
exactly.
I posted that in the Race Sports Club Racing League, and I invited those guys as well. So we've already got some of those. Michelle Squirek has already entered.
Yes.
So we're going to have some of the SCCA and WRL peeps. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Take a picture of that registration there, bottom left. Take a picture of it and type that in, and it should take you straight to that. It's a Google form. Can they go on your website, Stevie? Is it on the website to be able to register?
Yep.
There you go.
It's on the website. It's in Discord and the 3 SRF Formula Ford and Formula V channels in Discord. There's links set up there in the Facebook group. Weekend Warriors group in Facebook. It's there. So We'll get you there.
All right.
Awesome.
All right. Now, our guest segment. I told you this was going to be a long one tonight. Shoot,
I'm good, bro.
All right. We'll keep going. But I know you've been around Mr. JG1. I've seen you in the chat a lot. And so you know what question's coming.
Sure.
Where did the sim racing start for you? How did you get started? Well, no, I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it for tonight. I'm going to start asking where you're located, because a lot of people don't know where everybody is in geography in the real world. So where are you?
I'm in the Rocket City, Huntsville, Alabama.
Okay.
Throw that out there.
All right.
I got to stop. I got to stop right there before you continue anymore.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
I feel this one coming.
So we did was it Sunday night when we ran Indianapolis, right, Grider? And so that we all get into this IMS split. It's only one split, so we're all in it together in the 87s. And this guy mics up in chat. He goes, Grider, are you located, or Jason, are you located in Michigan? And the second Grider mics up, he hears his voice. He goes, nope, never mind. I can already tell by the accent we're not the same guy.
Yeah. There are a few Jason Griders out there. I happen to be the only one apparently on iRacing, but it's a tough thing. Anyway.
So where'd you get started? How'd you get started in sim racing?
So I was thinking back on this afternoon, actually, and true sim racing, I think, was first person sim racing would have probably been Test Drive 3. Okay. Followed up by Indy 500 about the same time. The first thing I remember playing that was, a race car was probably pole position on a 2600, Atari 2600.
Yeah.
So back in the early 80s, I was, 4 or 5 years old at the time.
I was going to say you're showing your age there.
A little bit. It's all right.
I've got you all top, so I can say that.
Yeah, I can spout off of a whole bunch of different sims that I've played over the years. The Grand Prix Legends, all the IndyCar racing stuff from Papyrus. NASCAR, all the NASCAR racings. I even had the NASCAR Legends game or whatever it was. It was like 1969, I think. It had the Super Bird and stuff in it. It was pretty cool. It also had Road Atlanta. It had the full old Road Atlanta configuration too.
Without 10A and 10B. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, it was. It's crazy, and you think about that in a 1960 stock car.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
Yep.
When did you get into iRacing?
So I made a conscious decision in the early 2000s when iRacing was, I can't remember the name it was before it became iRacing.
Yeah.
I made a conscious decision not I made a conscious decision not to start doing it because I knew I would get addicted, and I knew like I didn't need like a WoW or a Ultima Online or anything like that in my life at that time, and so I didn't start doing this until 2022.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I knew as soon as that started, it was going to be straight to the veins, and I needed to not do that until I had time and money and space to do it right. And so
yeah, it pulls you in.
It does, and I think I had some of the do 40 race awards or 50 race awards and all that other stuff by like the end of the second month. It's pretty bad.
Yep.
Me too.
Yeah. iRacing pulls you in, and then you find a community like the Weekend Warriors and get sucked in even more.
I can't remember if it was November, maybe November of 22. It was pretty early in my adventures in iRacing. I found you guys, and I don't even know. Yeah, in the V's, absolutely. Because I had I had driven the Formula Ford a little bit. I had no time in the spec racer.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I had won a race in a split. It was like I don't know, third split in a Formula V race in rookies. I had won a couple of races doing that, and I had poled a couple times. So I thought I'd be okay. And no, I had moved on up to the big leagues of Formula V racing with this group. I think Megan was running a lot then too, and yeah, it was just a butt kicking every week, but I got better.
Yep.
Yeah. Same thing happened to me. I think the first race I did after joining the Weekend Warriors from the V, we were like Interlagos or something, and I spun at turn 4 the first lap. That's the only way I made the broadcast. Yeah, so it was definitely a shift from the officials, like you said.
Yeah, it's a huge difference, and it's so much more inviting and friendly and less. I think just less grumpy overall.
Yeah, but the officials for sure. Yeah, that's yeah. I only run the FVs in the league. Haven't done an official from the V race in like 2 or 3 years probably at this point.
Yeah, I think I'm about 6 months that the last one I did.
My question would be, what do you enjoy most about iRacing, or like what hooks you?
So I've always enjoyed driving simulators. Always. Going back, the first like full or mostly fidelity sim I remember playing was Hard Driving in the arcade, in the original full thing. So Hard Driving was an Atari game kind of modeled on a Ferrari Testarossa of the late 80s. But it had a steering wheel with force feedback, and it had all 3 pedals, which was like mind blowing at the time.
Yep.
And then it also had a 6-speed transmission, full manual. And I wasted so much money in the arcades in the larger cities near where I grew up. When I got a chance to go, I would spend hours in there playing that. So having all that simulation pieces and parts, I think that was having the wheel and having pedals and having a clutch and all this other stuff, I think was like super important.
That helped.
I was thinking about this earlier. I remember on my PC as a kid. So I was probably 8th or 9th grade. and I had a dual joystick card for one of the old 15 pins. And I used 2 joysticks to do driving games because I couldn't get a split axis with any of my joysticks individually. So I would go into a corner and turn, and I would back off the gas or whatever it was of that certain joystick. And so I split the 2 joysticks out, and I had gas and brake on one side and steering on the other.
Tell me you're not still doing that right now.
No. I got a nice wheel.
Crazy.
Oh yeah. No. I have fully embraced technology as it has grown, because at that time, there wasn't a consumer grade steering wheel available. It was all people had hacked together stuff with joysticks, gutted out and made their own wheel in the shop somewhere. But is this. I don't remember if I answered your question. I do this sometimes, so I apologize. But I don't know if I answered your question 100%, but I think that was on my mind earlier.
Yeah. What do you do for work? Are you a computer related kind of guy or what?
Yeah, I'm a senior network engineer for a educational ISP, internet service provider in the state.
Okay.
We're very focused on education. I take a good deal of pride in that. Alabama gets a rap, or it has a justified rap in the world.
Can see where this is
once
going.
in a while.
And I've lived here my entire life, except for a couple of months where I've moved out to Washington to be with my partner and stuff and her family. And they ended up wanting to come back with me. That's their own fault. And so I take a great deal of pride in putting in, trying to make the place a little bit better. If I can make the kids ping better, I feel okay. It's a good day.
Yep.
But yeah, I was in college at Auburn thinking I was going to be a mechanical engineer, and walked in a computer shop one day. And honestly, that was sim related too. I was getting it was flight sim related. I was getting a 9-pin extension cable.
My man.
I was getting a 9-pin extension cable to move my mouse further away so that I could have it next to me with my joystick and stuff. So I could do probably SS95 or 4. I don't remember 100% what they were on at the time.
Yeah.
And there was a really busy
Antonio
shop.
says R man.
R man, that's right, Antonio.
Yes.
R man.
They were super busy. I asked, "Hey man, it looks like y'all need help." And dude's like, "Yeah." They handed me a bunch of computer parts. This is 96. They handed me a bunch of computer parts with books, and I went in the back and cracked the manual and learned how to do it real quick. And like one of their senior guy tapped me on the shoulder and he says, "You want a job?" Like, yeah, let's go. He's like, "You're the only person that's ever come in here not ask a question. You just started with the book and made it boot."
Yeah.
So
Awesome. That's
so
super impressive.
While we're on the flight sim thing, I believe I can't remember what we were doing. It was a while ago. JG2 was in the party. I know you were in there too, Grider. I was flying my sim. We were somewhere over Spa, I think.
Yeah.
And so I want to kind of move from that. And Antonio, you were more than welcome, more than invited to do this. So we were all hanging out on Sunday night after the XSLR race. I haven't streamed in a long time since slow motion broadcasting has become a thing. So what I'm going to start doing on my personal YouTube channel, Adam Thompson, it's not hard to find, is every Sunday or maybe every Monday or whenever we can get everybody together, we got a bunch of flight simmers. They kind of come out of the woodwork when you start talking about flight sim. It's weird. Nobody wants it. It's like a taboo thing. iRacing, sim racing, it's okay. Flight sim, ew. But
I don't know. I think there's more flight simulator people that do sim racing than
that's true.
Yeah.
But so we're going to start doing a thing here. I think Grider's going to be involved where we're flying. We're all going to hop in an airplane. We're all going to get together. We're going to fly from, let's say we are at Daytona last week. We're going to Indianapolis, right?
Yep.
So we're gonna fly from Florida to Indiana. And I'm going to put it up on my YouTube channel. There's probably going to be 10 of us in there flying jumbo jets, so it's going to get interesting. But yeah,
everybody gets their personal 747.
Exactly.
What
right?
Yeah. What format? What are you going to use?
Well, we were talking
VCS?
about that, right? No, we're going to use Flight Sim.
Flight Sim?
Yeah, FS 2025, or I think it's 2024. But
I may have to go get it.
Absolutely, yeah. So we'll.
I haven't bought it yet either, but I will buy it for that.
I don't think many people want to fly the 747, so we might run with the A320 or the 737 because I'm pretty sure you can fit a car into a 737. So
7.3s are good.
Yeah, so I think that's probably what we'll end up doing.
I don't know the Airbus
7.3s.
Yeah, you would say that, Stevie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
7.3s are good. Yeah.
I mean, if the 737 pays my bills, I would probably say the same thing. But the three, there's some really nice crazy full free A320s for 2020. I know, and I'm sure they have them for 2024, where people have gone in and completely simulated the entire flight computer.
Yep.
And it's nuts. You think racing people are weird.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah, so stay tuned for that. We can go back to Grider now. But yeah, so we're going to start flying from track to track every week for XSLR. So, now, luckily, most of our tracks are the United States, but maybe next season it might get a little bit hairy. We may have to.
Right.
We don't want any 12-hour flights. That would kind of suck. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and Tony, I don't know. Can you guys see my seats?
Yeah, he was asking about it.
Yeah.
They're right there, right around your head there.
Yeah,
Right? What kind of plane are they from, Stevie?
Yeah, they would be out of a 737.
Oh,
Yeah.
crazy!
You might have a few of those around. I would think it's kind of they don't even have to fall off a truck necessarily.
We had a cabin trainer, and they were replacing the seats in that with updated seats. So where I work, of course, they in the hallway they put all the old seats in there, all the rows, and told us if you guys can take them, put your name on it, what row you want, and take them. And there was one row that had the two seats in it next to the exit row. So I want that one because a 3-seater in here might have been a little tight. I wanted the 2-seater, so that's what I got.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say your airline, but I'm gonna say your airline inadvertently by saying they don't have first class seats, though.
Yes.
No. No first class. They're changing and giving some more room and changing things, though. It's not the Southwest it used to be. I'll put it that way.
No, it's not. I think after I'm an airplane nut too, so I'm gonna stop. I'm just stop going down that road too.
Yeah. I hired on in 2011, and it was still a lot of the good stuff going on back then, a lot of the culture, and since then I've seen a lot of changes. But another year, and then I'll say sayonara. But
I don't know. I would send you money to go get in what you do for a couple of rounds. See how many times I can break it.
Yeah. Come on out. You visit me, come on out. And I'm JG2. He's had a tour of the site. So
cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those simulators are it's one of the coolest things I've ever done was Stevie flying me through a thunderstorm into Dallas Love Field in the 737. So
Oh yeah.
And those sims are crazy.
Yeah.
Stevie, did you do the same thing in the Air Force too?
I did at one point for about 3 years. I went through tech school for flight simulators and was a sim tech in the Air Force for a while. Yep.
What frame? What airplane?
I was mostly on the C5.
Okay.
I spent 7 months on the F-15 I spent like 6 months on the old F-111s. And then most of my time was after tech school. I had like a year on loan and working on them before I even went to school. But after tech school, I was on the C5s.
Funny enough, one of my dad's best friends from high school was a test pilot for Lockheed in Marietta, where they were building C5s and stuff. So he has some stories about that are pretty great. He ended up flying for Delta for a long time too.
Yeah, I got some long flights in the C5 from England back to the States a couple times.
I missed the C. They used to fly
Antonio.
the C5s.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
They used to fly the C5s into Huntsville to the arsenal out here, and at the time, well, my house now currently is still pretty much at the end of or in the flight path towards that. So we still get C-17s and we still get the occasional C5. But it's not as noticeable anymore since they've all been re-engined.
Well, yeah, they're not burning water anymore, so here's
well, but that sound, man, the old I miss the buzz
it
saw.
was a whine.
Oh,
It was a whine.
Yep. All right, hey, let's get back here to what are we doing? We have some questions here for JG1 in the chat. First one's from Michelle.
Sure.
If you weren't addicted to iRacing, what game/sim would you be addicted to? And don't you mention Red Dead, because I know you're already addicted to that too. So you're gonna have to give us another one other than Red Dead.
I'm really bad about getting into a phase of doing that. There's so many good simulations and good games out there now. Simulator wise, probably non-driving simulator probably would be FS24.
Our man. Sorry, Antonio. Our man.
No, it's all good. I mean, okay. Somebody wants to claim me after 47 years of life. Anyway, outside of that, I've been on Red Dead. One of my girls got kicked off on RDR2 again, and I've been playing that. And yes, Dan, I have been doing factory games for a long time. Satisfactory has been my jam for a long time, and I enjoy it. But I have to. I don't know. I can't. I have this. It's a weird form of ADHD in my life. I have to kind of focus on one or nothing
right
for a while, and I'd have to take breaks between them. So I haven't been doing too much Satisfactory here the last couple of months, but I'll probably get back on that kick here when the new release comes out.
Yep.
Another question is from Antonio. Is that a Monaco 8-out 1937 on your
Absolutely. Wall? I've had that poster. Oh man, I've had that poster for ever. I saw that when I was a kid, probably high school, and wanted one. And I moved to Auburn for college, and it was one of the first things I bought. Was that poster? I always loved the Art Deco posters from that era. Anything really. I don't necessarily care what country it came from. I don't, even if it's weird.
Yeah, those are cool.
I mean, cola from Russia or something like that. I don't care. It's the aesthetic of it more than anything else.
So
go ahead.
We were in Jimmy and I were in California. We stayed in Concord, California. So we went to Sacramento to see some of Jimmy's buddies the night before we left up to Klamath, and we went to a place up in in old Sacramento that it was a toy store basically, but when you walk downstairs, it was a bunch of like old Disney stuff and just like old Disney paintings and workbenches and all that stuff. Holy crap, you would not even imagine what those go for nowadays. Just old stuff like that.
Yeah, 100%.
Sorry.
That is, obviously that's a repro production, but I want more. I just haven't bought more, and it's so hard to pick. Like, there's so many great racing related posters and flight related posters and everything else out there that
I wanted to do some more decorating of the same kind of stuff, and my wife says, "No, absolutely not."
right.
No,
I haven't got the nope yet.
there's
so
there's
I'm
no.
in
Well,
good
I
shape.
don't. I'd have to put them on the windows or something.
You got to do what you got to do, Stevie. I mean,
Yeah, that's right.
Stained glass is
Yeah, there you go.
thing,
That's
right?
that's an idea. Yeah.
Right? Shine a
Yeah.
light, have backlight them, and it'll be fun.
Yeah. All right. You get anything else? Any other questions in there?
UJG?
I thought I saw somebody. Who else asked me something? I've got that. Yeah, Dan asked about the factory games. Yeah, I do those.
Put them on the ceiling. Yeah.
What's your favorite car in iRacing?
In iRacing, all right.
And then in real life.
So in iRacing, it changes frequently. I'm just not gonna lie about it. Honestly, the two IMSA, the Audi 90 and the Nissan, are two of my so much fun. And I think it's because they've never really been simmed that much, beforehand. The Lotuses, both the Lotuses, I love. Even the 49 that I can't drive.
I hate that thing.
Oh no, it's such just a visceral car.
Right.
Yeah.
It's really it's just trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Just let it. It'll be fine.
And the 79 is kind of the same, except it has downforce.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
It has so much downforce. It's point and squirt. It just goes.
Yep.
And as long as you're in second, like the top of second and above, you can do any kind of thing. I mean, it'll upside down in tunnels. In real life, that's a tough question too. I've always been into cars, as a desirable thing, and honestly, probably an Audi RS6.
Wow.
Yeah. So the Avant, so the full wagon experience. You want the full European car. A friend of mine got me hooked on Audis when I was 17.
Are you sure you're from Alabama?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I am. There are a lot of people here in the state that say the same thing. Audi. They put me in an Audi 5000 one night that had the guy basically had two resistors soldered onto the ECU board. It was a 5-cylinder turbo. It was a 5000 CS Quattro TQ Turbo Quattro, and that thing would blow the damn doors off anything at the time. It was phenomenal, and you couldn't get it to spin. Like it just didn't spin. And since then, I've driven 4000s. I had an A4 for a long time. They got me hooked. Yeah, they hooked me on all-wheel drive cars.
Any real world racing?
Carts, like not real carts, but like rental carts and stuff like that. And then I did get to drive the Formula SAE car that flunked me out of Auburn the first time. And that was probably the straight up fastest thing I'd ever driven at the time. And it was the very first Formula SAE car they had done at Auburn.
Wow.
In 1995 and 96. And it was a very memorable car. It had tiger stripes on it, and it ended up in Car and Driver. They didn't do so well at competition, but it ended up with one of the pictures in a Car and Driver story that same year.
Cool. Yeah.
I think this next question, whenever you're ready to wrap it up, Stevie, I think the question that Antonio just asked might be
that can be the last one.
I think that might be the way to round this off because it can't. I don't know if we're going to be able to top that.
Yeah.
So
how long did it take you to get that beard?
Well, this is short.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't remember exact. Oh, so I've had a beard since I was 19. Somebody told me they really enjoyed it, so I grew a beard. And so I've had that ever since. And I finally gave up on keeping it trimmed about 2017, 2017.
Yeah.
And so it's been relatively long since then. It got, I don't know, it got down like to the top of my belly in 2021, and I trimmed it back off at that point. But yeah, my dad's will be 79 this year, or 78 this year. No, 79. He'll be 79 in September, and he has a long beard as well. And I have way more gray than he does. He rubs that in my face every time it comes up. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But I blame radiation personally. I said in front of too many CRTs.
Yeah, there you go.
As a kid, just soaked it all in.
Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. It's been a really hoot and a laugh and a lot of fun. I can't thank you enough for taking time to share and let everybody get to know you.
I can't thank you guys enough for doing all the things that you do. I can't even begin to list all of them between the leagues, the coaching and mentoring to some extent, and Adam just being Adam.
Yeah,
honestly,
nobody knows what I do. I just kind of do things.
He's just gonna exist and show up.
He's here.
You're indescribable.
Exactly.
It is.
I'm Meow.
It's a scroll.
Oh,
right.
True.
It is a scroll of things.
Yeah.
But I have enjoyed. It has made my iRacing life. It makes it so much easier to explain what the hell I'm doing to people sometimes. When I say, no, these are real people that I'm racing against. Having leagues and stuff, I've just, it's been amazing. And I thank you guys so much for doing this podcast for everybody too. We really enjoy it.
Well, good. That's great to hear. We enjoy doing it. It's a highlight of the week. So again, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
JG, appreciate you, bud. All the highlights and everything. Adam, got a shout out to all of our sponsors too for the leagues. Alliance coming on this season. Eric Luke with Clow for a while, and then the Alameda Racing guys. I mean, that's awesome to have those guys. Formula V, you guys. I think you sponsored one of the races in the Formula V league, so can't beat a group like that. So
absolutely.
V runoffs in 2 weeks. Sign up. Get your entries in. Racing Line coming up. We've got Mr. Dan Stasinski next week.
All right.
Oh,
there in the chat. Yeah.
Let's go.
And Dan's next week. The week after that, we've got a guy named Tom O'Gorman, who is a pro racer, announcer, all that kind of. He did SCCA pro stuff. So he was working with Greg Ginsburg at Hallett, and I met him face to face. We worked together with the SCCA Esports League. And I finally met him at Hallett, and we talked. So he's going to come on and talk about the sim and racing. And then just this week, we signed up a guy that Adam sent to me, Mr. Andy Kosick, is going to be on the following week. So we've got a pretty good lineup coming for the Racing Line.
Yeah, super excited for that. And it can't get much worse, so it can only get better, right, Stevie?
Right.
I mean, I don't know how we can top having the best JG.
Well,
the double JG episode.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why he's JG1.
Just because you wouldn't let me have two, because I was the second person to join and you were already JG.
Just because you're the better JG.
Yeah, I think I'm just older or something. Like
I was going to go there, but no.
No. I'll feel free to step on my own landmines. I told
All
Patty,
right.
I told my partner Patty that you guys were scraping the bottom of the barrel by having me on. So
No, not at all.
All it could go up from here, and so good work.
You had some really excited people to hear that you were coming on. So
I know. I love you guys. I love all you guys, and thank you all for hanging out.
All right,
get us out of here.
Wrap us up. Get us out of here. Appreciate everybody. We will see you next week on the Racing Line.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Stevie leads the charge, he is the Warriors chief. Adam's got the takes that'll roast like it's beef. Coach extraordinaire, yeah, Jason's on the mic. Seat four's wide open, who's rolling in tonight? It's the Racing Line, Tuesday's prime for sim talk, pace, and weekend warriors time. Strap in tight, now hear that whine. Engines up, it's time for the Racing Line. It's the Racing Line, Tuesday's prime for sim talk, pace, and weekend warriors time. Strap in tight, now hear that whine. Engines up, it's time for the Racing Line. It's the Racing Line, Tuesdays prime for sim talk, pace, and weekend warriors time. Strap in tight now.
Appreciate your time, Frank. This gentleman has done wonders for sim racing, the real world racers that come into sim racing or go back and forth. Frank's responsible to get some guys out on track. So without further ado, Mr. Frank Swartz, Grass Paddock Motorsports, tell us what you do.
What do we call this thing? The Racing Line. I'm all out of sync. We got more people to deal with this week than what I'm used to. So thanks to my co-host Jason for joining us. Adam's back this week, and as you can see, we got a fourth sitting here. Megan Oversheet is already joining us to help us do some reviews and stuff. So thank you, Megan.
Let's go, Megan.
And help us. Good evening, Greg.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, we're just getting ready to review the spec racers, and since we had an announcer in the waiting room, we thought we'd go ahead and bring you in.
Well, thank you very much.
There he is.
Hey, we got him.
Hey, Jason, we got you this time.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for having me.
We won't talk about the other guy.
Our special guest for the evening, Mr. Dave Ogburn, and for Dave to introduce you to these two knuckleheads. You got great to see you, Thor. Welcome to the fourth chair and the podcast this week.
No, thank you so much for having me. It feels surreal, like finally being able to talk to you guys. You know, I've been in this league for like what 2-3 years, and yeah, finally face to face.
Yes, our first guest.
Jeff.
You're on the spot now, Jeff. So, welcome, Mr. Jeff Jacobson. Again, great to have you here. Thanks for taking some time out to join us. We get to some fun part. That's why you're here, Jerry. This is our guest segment after the reviews. So, thanks for sitting through with us. And
that was fun.
And
Thanks.
Yeah, it's some good racing. So, well, first of all, we gotta say thank you to Trenton for taking time to come join us. He's one of the hardest working guys I know, and you can look there in the shop behind him and get an idea of what he does. So as everybody sees, we've got Darren Ganji, and if you didn't know already, he is Mr. Sim Motion, where you can get all your sim rigs and equipment and everything. He's also the sponsor of that league we were just talking about.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Sean Ambrose, we go back forever, back to the very early beginning days of the Weekend Warriors when it was broadcasted on another broadcast, GSRC, I don't mind saying it. Very good to us. And Sean was one of the producers, announcers, always great to talk with. So, Mr. Edgar Sancinelli, Weekend Warrior, Frito Sport Racing.
I don't know what all you do, but great to have you join us tonight, Edgar.
Yes.
I'm not saying shit. Oh, see, I literally. Whatever,
Yep,
I give up.
there you go.
I know you've had a mute for me.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, when you
Yeah.
it's for the V's when Adam and you are there. I mean, it's
Yeah, it's
jeez.
Oh yeah.